Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part two of my alopecia story. As you know, if any of you have watched any of my videos, most of them have to do with a healing element and emotional healing, anything that has to do with healing from the inside out. That is what, I deal with. My clients that I have are typically coming to me because they have some sort of blockage in healing. So I wanted to do a part two of my alopecia story because I had to go through a deep healing in regards to my alopecia. And I'm coming from a place of, and I think I said this in either my Instagram video or my YouTube video, one of them videos, where, as a woman and as a black woman, I've always been, and most black women are like this, we're very self-conscious of our looks, how we look, how we are perceived, how people see us, not just how we see ourselves, but how people see us. And because in my childhood, I went through a period where I didn't have a lot of self-confidence, even though on the outside it appeared that way. I learned very early in life to put on a mask, to act like I was okay even when I wasn't. So there was a period of time where I really didn't feel that, confident about, the way I look, my skin tone, you know, uh, in those times, even in school, I'm 46 now, so that's many years ago, where you would kind of get ragged on because you were darker and not lighter, things like that, so I actually had to come into, my sexy-licious choco face. But the one thing I had to overcome was insecurity and lack of self-confidence. And this is very, relevant to even to my channel and the healing videos that I do, because I want to share with you what I had to go through to get to where I am today. When I began to lose my hair, I already wasn't that, my self-esteem, my self-worth, my self-confidence was kind of low at the time. It just wasn't a good time in my life. And when I began to lose my hair, it went down even more. When my hair began to thin, rather, I didn't, I say, when I say lose my hair, what I'm referring to is it really began to thin out in areas here, and there on the crown. And so the one thing that I was always worried about, if I wore a wig, if I, is it going to be secure? If I wore a hairpiece, how long am I going to be able to keep it on? It just added to, I was already low in self-confidence, having to worry about how my head was going to look, or the hair that I chose was going to look, added to the insecurity and increased my level of anxiety. And it was very stressful for me. And I had to get to a place where I was actually okay with not having my own hair on my head, being okay with knowing I didn't have an option. Some women wear wigs and hair pieces and they have a full head of hair. They just love different hairstyles. I didn't have that option, and I had to deal with that. Okay, I had to deal with that. I had to build my self-confidence, and I had to, really look at myself and really begin to handle my low self-worth. I began to dig up where, the low self-worth came from. I didn't have a very pleasant childhood. So I had to go back to unearth some of the things there and really begin to rebuild and rewrite my story. Literally, I had to rewrite my story. Okay, I had to take what had been given to me. You know, the saying is you take the lemons and you make lemonade. Well, I made me some lemonade pina coladas. You know, so this is what you have to do. And I went through a period of time, I lots of self-help books. So any one of you that is really trying to overcome insecurity or rejection, just low self-worth, lots of self-help books. There are tons of teachers and spiritual teachers that come from a more holistic background that you can really dig into, especially on YouTube. Tons of teachers. And I would also encourage you to seek out therapy. I did therapy for a span of time, but I've always believed in therapy, so I keep a therapist. Okay, every now and again, once a month, we'll do a check-in. She'll check and see how I'm doing, and we'll go over some things, some goals that I've set. And it was very pivotal in increasing my level of self-confidence and coming forth authentically, because when I became bald, it was like I really began to discover myself. That was 6 years ago. I began to discover some of the things that I had been doing, I really didn't like. I just did them because people expected me to do them. I really started stepping into my true authenticity when I went bald and when I really increased my self-worth and my level of self-confidence. And it took some time, you know, it took some time for it to get low. So it took some time for me to build it up. Now, honey, self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, authenticity through the roof. I mean, I love the way that I look. Even when someone compliments me, and I said this in my other video, I actually received more compliments after I went bald than when I had hair. And that was strange to me because I was thinking to myself, you know, how is this gonna really go over? I'd seen bald women before, but I mean, I wasn't one of them. You know, my personality fits it very well. And this is what you're gonna have to do. If you're a woman that suffers from alopecia, or even a man, because it affects men too, you have to dig into who you are authentically. Find a group of people, a community, a support system that loves you no matter how you look, that appreciates you no matter how you look, and begin to show up. Okay, take the mask off. You don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. Pretend to like something. Just, you know, put a wig on because it makes other people comfortable. No, you show up as yourself. When you do that, this plethora of new you and new discoveries begins to open up. There will be, sometimes there is career changes. I know I got more into mentoring and coaching. And it was wonderful because healing issues and helping people heal was something that I always wanted to do. I actually didn't dig into that until after I went bald and after my authenticity and self-confidence and self-worth went through the roof. Okay, so learn how to love yourself. Go on a self-love journey. Nurture yourself. Doesn't matter if you weren't nurtured as a child. Nurture yourself as an adult. Literally, you're gonna have to reparent yourself, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. Okay, reparent yourself. You didn't get that from your parents. Reparent yourself. Nurture yourself. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself. You know, I do encourage women that have alopecia to take care of their skin. I do use the African black soap. Someone asked me, and I wanted to make sure I said it in this video. I do use the African black soap on my skin. I do, as you can see, I wear very little makeup. So I love a very natural look on my head. I use the African shea butter after I have cleansed it with the African black soap. Okay, so that is all I use on my face and on my head. You know, so try to find products If you're a black woman, I love supporting black businesses. Try to find products that fit your skin tone, that fit you. Cleansers, you want to keep your skin clean. You want to keep your head nice and clean. You want to make sure in the summertime that you're wearing sunscreen. I keep sunscreen. And some women wear it in the wintertime, because ultraviolet rays are there all the time. Doesn't matter whether it's summer or winter. Okay, so this is a thing you really have to do. Start taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, nurturing you. Okay, nurturing you. You are the only you in the world. You have a unique ability to show up as you are. And trust me when I say, when you begin to show up as you will be more respected, you will be more appreciated, and your confidence will never go down. Because, and what I mean by that, generally it won't go down because you're not depending on someone else to make you feel like somebody. You're only dependent upon you. So I hope some of the things that I've shared has helped you guys on your bald journey, on your alopecia journey, on your self-worth, self-healing, okay? Increasing your self-confidence, all right? Make sure you're taking care of you, and I'll talk to you next time. Toodles.